Hello, I'm Seth Bar-zak and I'll be sharing some things about myself in this video. But first, just to get it out of the way, I'm a straight autistic male. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. Sci-fi is one of the pillars of my existence. For one, it's been part of my whole life from an early age. 2, the inspiration for my art. And 3, an influencer on my life choices. Because it fed into my weird fascinations growing up. Even me wanting to pursue biology as a career was inspired by strange life forms in the media I watched. Some of my favorite media being Star Trek, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Futurama, Portal 2, Fringe, The X-Files, Jimmy Neutron, Common Side Effects, Scavenger's Reign, Pokemon, 2010, the year we made contact, and Real Genius. There are tons of other ones, but I want to keep this short. I was a strange person when it came to my fascinations. Weirdly enough, even among other strange people. This may have something to do with my over-analytical mind, or my autism. Either way, I was alienated by most of my peers when growing up. Though in the end, I did find people who also have strange interests, like me. Plus, I learned to harness both my analytical mind and my autism as tools into the stuff I'm interested in. I mean, this video you're watching right now was made after years of teaching myself on editing, recording, and how digital art functions. Besides working with computers, I also use acrylics, inks, charcoal, and pencils as other mediums. The main things I love to create with my art are aliens, plants, dragons, animals, furries, robots, crystals, and women. Or a combination of all of them put together. The aliens, robots, and crystals come from my love of sci-fi. For plants and animals are from my love of seeing the natural world. Both dragons and furries come from my love of speculative biology. When it comes to women, there are a lot of reasons, but it's mostly something that I just love to create with. Now, you may have your own opinions on what I make. But for me, it allows me to express myself and be able to have fun with what I create. Now let's move on to some of my other interests. Since I'm fascinated by biology, raising plants and animals is another one of my interests. For one, I love to see how life works, and 2, I plan on making my own organism in the future. Either through selective breeding, hybridization, radiation, environmental factors, genetic engineering, or a mixture of all of them together to make something of my own. The reasoning for me wanting to do this is because since our food, medicine, fabrics, fuels, and our pets are all derived from nature, therefore a new organism would open new possibilities in these areas, or something we couldn't imagine. Now before you say it's unnatural, evil, or disturbing, remember practically all our food and our pets have been altered by humans in one way or another. So yeah. Now on the topic of food, another thing I do is try weird plant-based foods. This is to see what strange flavors these plants can have. Some of the ones I have tried, such as leeks, turmeric, starfruit, pawpaw, and calorabs. Then after trying them, I add some of them to the next thing I'm cooking. Yes, there is a lot of trial and error. Sometimes when eating food, it gets creepy. When you realize that it used to be alive, with thoughts and feelings, and now is dead. It is in a form now that gives you energy to keep yourself alive. Then, when you die, something feeds on you to keep it alive. So in a way, you're both alive and dead at the same time. Well, that got dark fast. Let's move on. Other interests that I have with short descriptions. Eyes are something that I love to draw a lot of. And that is an understatement. I collect anything giraffe themed because they're one of my favorite animals and I love them. I love watching TV and films from many eras because I see it as a complex art form, and one day I want to make my own animated series. Also, fun fact, my dad was writing his own idea for Beverly Hills Cop 4 before it was announced. I also love listening to music from the old to the new. My favorites are the 70s, 80s, classical, and electric, plus movie and video game soundtracks. I dislike death metal and country. They're just not for me. Well, that's a good way to segue into stuff I loathe. Keep in mind, these are my own opinions. I hate corn as a food. I question, why is it even a food? It tastes terrible, and it's hard to tell if it's even healthy at all. So then why is it in everything? When it comes to any TV shows or movies, the phrase, "they should have made it better," is one phrase I despise the most. Because for the simple reason, no one elaborates on it. So then why did you think they needed to make it better if you're not going to say why they needed to make it better? I hate snakes because I have an irrational fear of them and their body plan horrifies me. Eels, worms, and octopi don't cause the same reaction as snakes do. This fear I see is a joke because I have no idea what caused it or why I scream like a little girl when I see one in the wild. There are other things I hate, but those are some of the main ones. Okay, what else do I want to share about myself? How about some of the small stuff that I do? I still sleep with my childhood blanket. Now, before you say that's weird or creepy, keep in mind we all have our special way of falling asleep, and this is mine. Looking up chemical names and their shapes is something fun that I like to do from time to time. Playing video games is something that I do occasionally with either PC or Wii games. But mostly I do this. Now to watch the newest game with someone else playing it for the next 3 hours. I've had multiple nicknames throughout my life so far. My favorites are the Meme King that I had in high school, Giraffe Man that I have within my friend group, and the one with multiple screens from college. That last one is like I'm an urban legend amongst the campus. I mean, I love it. Okay, I think this is a good point to wrap up this video on. I might continue these topics in other videos and may touch on some heavier and darker themes from my life. But until then, thanks for watching.
you.